mind so that they can die without suffering torture and interrogation. So it's cyanide a likely culprit for the poisoned apple? Well, at first, so, as cyanide is readily available in natural products like almonds and, fittingly enough, apple seeds. That said, in all these natural products, the traces of cyanide are very, very over 10 pounds of almonds to get a lethal dose. And to get a more concentrated dosage, like the one found in the L pill, you're going to need to do some chemical treatment in a lab. And that's a problem because Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is said at the time that's pre-electricity. So I think it's safe to assume that the Queen isn't doing much enzyme extraction in that little lab of hers. Besides, if Snow White had cyanide poisoning, she might have passed out that fast, but there ain't no way she's getting back up. A cyanide dosage like the one found in the L pill is enough to make a person brain dead in a matter of minutes, and the rest of the way dead shortly thereafter. No matter how long that creepy prince makeout sesh goes, she ain't getting back up. Cyanide is safely off the list. So what we really need is a poison strong enough for a man, but weak for a woman. More accurately, a poison strong enough to put her into a coma, but not so deadly that she has no chance of coming out of it. Call me crazy, but could Snow White be a zombie? Not like a Walking Dead 28 days later, first things first, I'll eat your brains kind of zombie, but an actual Haitian voodoo zombie. In his 1985 book, The Serpent and the Rainbow, Harvard ethnobotanist Wade Davis examines a case of Haitian zombification and describes the process by which a voodoo shaman called a Bakor poisons someone and buries him only to bring him back to life when that poison wears off. Davis cites in his book the prototoxin, a powerful neurotoxin, is the main culprit in knocking the victim out. The source of this prototoxin is a pufferfish, which any ardent fan of The Simpsons knows has the capacity to be fatal.
Poison, tasty fish.
And the prototoxin is definitely strong enough to send you into a coma with a very small dose, or safe with one that's slightly larger. But it's here that we run into our problem, geography. The prototoxin is found in a variety of sea creatures, but pretty much all of them, and especially the pufferfish, are found in tropical climates. The movie version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs never explicitly tells us where we are, but considering that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is coming from the Brothers Grimm fairy tale, the story is probably taking place in southern Germany, since that's where they were from and where they base most of their stories. Additionally, if you look at the landscape of forests and mountains, the architecture of the evil queen's castle, and even the animals present throughout the movie, they're all indicators that we're in Germany or close by. Long story short, the likelihood of the queen getting her hands on an exotic pufferfish, especially in the pre-industrial era, is just too big of a stretch. So to recap, even though the apple scene in Snow White is really short, we actually know a lot about it from the context clues. We need a fast-acting poison that, with a single small bite...
Starting out with any new project management software usually feels something like this. Where do you even start?
Is going to be powerful enough to cause a coma, but not so powerful as to guarantee death. It has to be easy to find in nature, down the poison, and it also must be indigenous to Central Europe. Well, after scouring the internet and following a ton of leads, I finally have the killer who meets all our requirements. Say hello to Atropa belladonna, also known as deadly nightshade. Deadly nightshade grows in the wild and is most notable for its shiny, dark blue-black berries, which are sometimes mistaken for toxic blueberries or elderberries. Crucial mistake, and it just so happens to check off every detail on our list. Snow White is poisoned by just a single bite of that apple, so the poison needs to be potent. Well, the lethal dose for an adult is usually in the neighborhood of 10 to 20 of these little berries. Considering that Snow White is small and young, it's safe to assume something on the lower end would kill her. But remember, we just want to knock her out, not outright kill her, so a bite of that coated apple would be just about the right dosage, which also begs the question, can Atropa belladonna actually put you in a coma? Well, you're picking the right berries because it sure can. Non-lethal doses of deadly nightshade cause a wide range of symptoms, from heart palpitations to hallucinations. A first-person account of non-lethal belladonna poisoning from 2015 reported that the first thing the person wanted to do was go to sleep, which was then followed by vivid hallucinations. The nap fits Snow White's condition perfectly, and surprisingly, so did the hallucinations. Of course, in the animated movie, the only information that we ever get from Snow White is that she feels strange and collapses immediately. But for more information, we can turn to the Disney ABC series, Once Upon a Time. Yes, I watch it, and yes, I'm just as annoyed as you are that the crew still trusts Rumpelstiltskin. Come on. Oh, sorry, I've had that building over the last couple years. I had to get it off my chest. Anyway, in that series, we actually get to see what it's like inside Snow's mind when she's under one of these sleeping curses. And what we see is that victims of the sleeping death are shown to experience some crazy visual nightmares after being poisoned, just like the vivid hallucinations caused by deadly nightshade. instance, if Walter White had made the apple for Snow and coated it in his favorite poison, ricin. Ricin contains castor oil, which would make the apple taste bitter and, well, not like an apple, signaling to Snow that her bite
no.
But as poisons go, deadly nightshade actually tastes relatively good. People who've eaten belladonna berries report that it has a pleasant, mild flavor, just like most other fruits and berries. And that's important if you're trying to make sure that your victim doesn't get suspicious of your apple. And lastly, Atropa belladonna makes a whole lot of sense in the geographical and historical context of the story. Atropa belladonna is native to southern and central Europe, including the southern part of Germany. So location is a definite fit. And Atropa belladonna was historically a very popular poison in European history around the time Snow White was set. In the 11th century, the Scottish King Macbeth, yeah, that Macbeth, who was real, used Atropa belladonna to poison an army of invading Danes. It's even believed that deadly nightshade was used to kill the Roman Emperor Claudius back in 54 AD. Clearly, this poison would have been known about and prevalent at the time. In other words, every last detail in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs points to Atropa belladonna as the poison in the poisoned apple. But I'm not done. There's still one massive problem, and it's one I'm sure that all of you are thinking right now. If Snow White had been poisoned by a very dangerous, potentially deadly toxin like those found in Atropa belladonna, how is she cured by the prince's kiss? The short answer is, she's not. Oh, mind blown, dropping the mic. Screw True Love's kiss, all you're gonna wind up with is corpse germs. Nope, my loyal theorists, it wasn't love that saved the fair maiden, it was chemistry. Atropa belladonna poisoning has a few popular antidotes, one of which is activated carbon. Now, activated carbon is essentially charcoal dust that absorbs toxins in the body. Swallow some activated carbon draws the toxins from your system and absorbs them, and then boom, those toxins no longer damage your body. Now, Snow White obviously didn't intentionally swallow any activated carbon pills, but she has been in contact with it from the moment she entered the forest. How? The dwarves. It's the dwarves. Remember, these guys work underground in a diamond mine, and a diamond is nothing more than a bunch of carbon put under intense pressure. In fact, it's established earlier in the movie that when the dwarves come home, they're always covered in dirt and soot. So much so that Snow White has to convince them to wash off before they eat. So all that cleaning she does, all that time she's spending with the dwarves, she's inhaling activated carbon. It's already in her system. Then Snow White eats the apple, gets poisoned, and gets sent into a state of sleeping death. From there, the dwarves, once again covered in carbon soot from the mine, carry her off to the glass coffin. Along the way, she inhales even more carbon, and all along the way, the carbon in her system is slowing the absorption of the toxins, until finally enough has been drawn out of her system that she's able to wake up. That's right, Snow White wasn't cured by love's first kiss or some doofy corpse germy prince. Nope, she was cured by none other than the Seven Dwarfs. Now remember, kids, an apple a day may keep the doctor away, but an apple covered in deadly nightshade, it's just gonna kill you. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Now that I've ruined a classic fairy tale trope, I hope you're ready for more old school childhood ruining Disney theory.
Face the intensity, helmet.
Dear Rocksteady Studios, or is it DC Comics? DC Comics. Or Telltale, or I don't know. There's like 1,000 developers and publishers and owners of the Batman IP. I can't keep them straight anymore. Hi, it's me, Austin. I'm here to ruin your day. You know, Batman has definitely got to be my favorite superhero. Stretching to way back when I was a little kid, he was definitely in the top 3, along with Zorro and Indiana Jones. For years, my favorite movie was Batman Returns. Although, if I'm being entirely honest, my main focus was Catwoman. Catwoman, Zorro, Indiana Jones, a lot of whips going on there. I guess how I like to spend my free time in post-pubescence really isn't that much of a mystery. Where was I? Oh, right! Ruining Batman. I love Batman. Because of this, I play almost every Batman game I can get my hands on. My first one being the Batman Returns for the SNES, where I had to punch my beloved Catwoman in the face. Ah! The torture! Anyway, recently I played through the Telltale Batman series, and holy crap, I freaking loved it! And when it was over, I immediately started mainlining the Arkham series so I could perpetuate my Batman addiction, and holy crap, guys, I just realized Batman is a goddamned murderer. And, like, this wouldn't be a big deal for a comic book superhero, but we're not talking about Punisher or Deadpool. This is freaking Batman. He's got 2 rules: no guns and no killing. I'm not a coward who hides behind a gun. But Batman is a bad boy. Batman is a vigilante, and Batman doesn't believe in following the rules, including, it turns out, even his own. Austin, Batman's not a murderer, I hear you typing frantically into the comments. He even says so, and we have evidence. The evidence being, like, you never see him do it. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, you think so, huh? Well, let me strap on my lab coat, my science hat, and prove to you conclusively that the Caped Crusader is the worst superhero of all time. I realized something was up while doing one of my favorite moves in Arkham Asylum, the vertical upside-down takedown, where you hang upside down and grab mooks that pass underneath you. You then tie rope to their ankles and just let go. That's some savage as hell treatment, but it's not fatal, right? Right? Wrong. Now, listen, I'm not gonna say that hanging upside is fatal. In fact, there's been a few studies that look at this exact thing, because in 1980, Richard Gere played a male escort in the movie American Gigolo, and there was a scene of him working out while suspended upside down, and oh my god, the 80s, could you not? Anyway, the sight of the then gorgeous man-flesh and sex idol doing a thing made everybody else want to do that thing, so naturally, inquiring scientific minds wanted to know, is hanging upside down dangerous? Turns out, well, no. Kinda. Sorta. Hanging upside down itself is not that dangerous, but it does create a 25% increase in blood. This is actually designed to pump harder towards your head. This is because gravity pulls your blood down towards your feet. If you're upside down, however, your blood is pumping hard towards your head, which is also getting helped by the force of gravity. The good news is the blood is pooling in a different direction. If you have to choose between too much blood in your head and too little, I'll recommend too much. Too little can starve your brain of oxygen and kill you within minutes if you're not careful. However, high blood pressure isn't good. I mean, if it gets high enough, blood vessels can burst. The important ones, the ones that bring oxygen to your brain. This can cause pressure on your brain and force you to lose consciousness and suffer permanent debilitating brain damage. Anybody that knows someone that's had a stroke can attest to this. It's not an easy thing to recover from. But a healthy-ish adult being hung upside down is really unlikely to suffer a stroke with a 25% increase in blood pressure without some other factor into play. And it's here that we get our first gruesome murder technique of the Dark Knight. You see, because Batman isn't just casually lowering criminals down. They're not just gently hanging there like Richard Gere's moose knuckles. He straight up drops them like they're made of dog poop. These mooks are pretty close to Batman's height, and we can actually calculate how fast they drop using their bodies as a frame of reference. If Batman is 6 foot 2 inches, or 1.87 meters, that means that these mooks are dropping over 4.5 meters. With an acceleration of g, or 9.81 meters per second squared, this means that these bros, by the time they reach the end of the rope, they're traveling over 9.3 meters per second, or over 20 miles per hour. Then, like that, they snap to a halt. And then you can flick away and see that their heart rate rises to about 155 beats per second. Fun! The game says that this is because they're terrified. But you know what? I think it's worse. I think it's because they're experiencing immense pain. You know why? Because if someone ties a rope around your ankles and just drops you that distance from something that's not a freaking bungee cord, your ankles experience over 40,000 newtons of force as the rope snaps taut and your bones flex. This is way more than enough force to snap your flimsy ankles and probably break a couple other bones in your legs and dislocate your hips. These mooks are in agony, but it gets worse. These dudes hanging upside down are knocked unconscious in a little over 10 seconds. Now, passing out from pain is possible, but it's really unlikely, it turns out. When people pass out from pain, it's usually from some other factor. And then the unconscious episode is temporary. No, this is something else. And you're more likely to pass out from low blood pressure, not high blood pressure, which, as you'll recall, your blood pressure while upside down increases. Something else is happening here. Something worse. Rapid deceleration and broken bones means one thing: internal bleeding.
Oh my... I actually forgot I was recording that. Anyway, let's continue.
Bones contain bone marrow, and the legs contain a major artery, the femoral artery. If put under the right stresses, mixed with a little bad luck, and the wrong this artery can shear open. Even worse, internal organs can experience what's called deceleration trauma, which is when your internal organs experience severe enough G-forces and literally tear away from surrounding blood vessels. This is bad news because these groups experience a whopping 58 Gs. This means me, a 65-kilogram man, would suddenly feel like I weigh a massive 3,700 kilograms, or over 8,000 pounds. Broken bones cause possibly several major arteries and veins to high blood pressure plus a fast heart rate either induces those several blood vessels are going to lose blood. It's called damaging toxic feedback, where a bad supply of blood leads to rapid cell damage, which leads to an inflammatory response by the body to increase blood flow to that area, which in turn deprives the body of more precious blood, which causes more cell death. And oh my God, there's just illnesses, and it's left. Score is defined by a low blood pressure of 150 has a shock index of 1.033. Anything over 0.9 is bad, and that number is going to get higher as he experiences further blood loss. Best case scenario, we're talking vegetative state. Being upside down for a long period of time has a long and healthy life ahead of them. Even if not everyone he does this to dies, considering the rate at which he loves to kneel in front of their friends, Batman has at least 5 deuces. You know, like murder. But to be entirely honest, this is the least terrible thing that he does. If we're being generous, we can just admit that this is a game mechanic. Rocksteady just wanted to put mooks permanently out of commission, and they didn't want to think about it that hard. Big whoop! Rocksteady doesn't accurately model hanging people upside down. Color me surprised! Unfortunately, though, this is just an appetizer. Because when I have will blow your goddamn minds. You and I know that the whole taking people out. This isn't what Batman is at his heart. The thing he does best than anybody is fisticuffs. The best way to fight crime is by punching it into submission. No risk of death, no guns, no gadgets, just as it turns out, beating people until they stop moving is really, really bad for them. Just ask Austin, I hear you say. What annoying, interrupting my video. That's an entire thing that they stop punching people until they don't move anymore. Guys, in that sport, worst case scenario, they lose an ear or two. Boxing is, along with American football, built upon a solid foundation of normalizing permanent and debilitating brain damage. But it's really rare for people to drop dead. That being said, since 1890, there have been over 700 in-ring deaths in boxing. So, that's fun. What is that? I used to think that a knockout in boxing was a straight up bonus. Non-responsive, visually dead. This boxers who are knocked out lose consciousness entirely, and dude is for less than a second. In order to understand this, you cannot actually look at it seems counterintuitive since it's really far from the brain, but that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. You see, in order to cause brain damage, minor or otherwise, you have to make the brain impact something. You can't do by touching something half the heart what you walls of the skull. Because hitting the chin imparts the most rotational force and leverage, this is one of the best places to land a knockout punch. Boxers call it the button, which to me is just a horrifying colloquialization of destroying someone's nervous system. Other good places are the side of the head near the temples because the bone is softer, and it also imparts rotation. When the brain experiences an impact, even a minor one, the person's brain is
somehow something more into existence that these numbers and symbols on the board can't possibly just be there to torture you. Well, you've come to... Alright. Bada bing. Bada boom. Mr. Worldwide. Nice. And good luck. Alright, so we've got the crew back. And I'm a crewman. We're playing a new map. And
little bit, but frustrating because Silas
Why didn't you report the body, Obi?
Wait, hold up.
I was confused.
Obi, you're fine. We're heading to the reactor thing to shut down the reactor. When the body was dead, because I wanted to not blow up the
Komodo caused a reactor meltdown. Look, no way! This is so satisfying. I don't care what happens. Hey, I won. Oh, he's good to hang out. Oxygen.
Speed kill.
And he's a spy, so he has that. Komodo's over here running. Oh, come on. You gotta see this and think that's weird. Do you not think that's weird? Does nobody think that's weird? And look at Komodo following Khan. Khan, you're gonna die, dude. You ain't gonna make it
Kill
out of
by
here alive.
nope.
Yep, and now Komodo takes the vent. Oh no! But we got the fabled wires, so we're gonna win. Despite what happened. Alright. Ooh, there's a big river here. Oh, he's got the hunting eyes on. See, this is a bad idea to just hover over this. This is a medical scan. Oh, he's got another one isolated. Who is it this time? Oh no. Goodbye, Kian. And then he takes the vent. Look, this is incredible. This is not a task. It's not a task. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, I know who it is. It's gotta be Spy Case. No, right? It's gotta be Spy. I was No, you were with them. No, you went down to the You followed both of us. You killed the person who was voting you off. I thought it was me, but it makes sense. Oh, you monster! I found a watering can. I was just with Spy. I caught OB for a second, but... I called the emergency meeting. Do that task in the green. I literally had just a bunch of people watching me the whole time. I was like, what are you guys doing? That's kind of like, yeah, because Brandon just did it. Brandon just did it in the green bar. I know. I've witnessed Khan be good. Komodo, and then if it's not Komodo, then we go back. Okay, as long as I'm happy about it. I think we learned each other a little too well. They're not to kill OB.
Wait, did I just skip that in? Did I just skip that entire round? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just played a crewmate round and lost. Dang, I guess sorry about that, guys.
And so it was that Why am I not getting in trouble for any of this? Well, our favorite blonde punching bag is. Well, it's because this is a kid show. Pranks with my friends and fake getting kidnapped by episodes